Why do we struggle to change? It's a question that echoes in the quiet moments of our lives, often at the start of a new day, a new week, or a new year. Have you ever promised yourself with absolute conviction, "This time, I will change"? Maybe you decided you would finally take care of your health, swapping late-night snacks for morning walks. Maybe you wanted to build the confidence to speak up in meetings or pursue a new relationship. Maybe you wanted to start something new, learn a skill, or create a better, more fulfilling life. In that initial spark of inspiration, everything feels possible. You feel motivated, energized by the clarity of your vision. You imagine a future version of yourself, a version who is confident and calm under pressure, a version who follows through on their commitments, not just for a day, but consistently, a version who finally becomes the person you always wanted to be. But then, inevitably, something happens. The initial momentum begins to wane. A few days pass, a few weeks pass, life gets busy, stress creeps in, and slowly, almost without noticing, you find yourself returning to old habits. The same thoughts, the same fears, the same doubts. The gap between who you are and who you want to be feels wider than ever, and you start wondering, why can't I change even when I truly want to? Many people believe the problem is a lack of discipline or moral failing. They think, maybe I am lazy. Maybe I don't have enough willpower. Maybe I am just not the kind of person who can change. This internal narrative can be defeating. But what if the real reason is something deeper? Something less about your character and more about your wiring? What if the problem is not who you are? What if it is the patterns your mind has learned and reinforced over time? Your mind runs on patterns. It's a powerful, efficient machine, constantly learning from your experiences. From the moment you wake up, it's searching for shortcuts, for familiar routes to navigate the complexities of your day. Your mind is constantly learning from your experiences. Every thought you repeat, like, "I'm not a morning person." Every emotion you feel, like the dread that follows that thought. Every action you take, like hitting the snooze button again. Each of these moments reinforces the others, creating a pattern. Over time, these patterns become familiar. So familiar, they feel like second nature. They become the automatic way you respond to life, running on autopilot without you even noticing. Your thoughts influence your emotions. Your emotions influence your actions. Your actions become habits. And your habits slowly shape your identity, solidifying who you believe you are. This is why change can feel so uncomfortable, even when you know it's for the best. You are not only changing what you do, you are challenging the deeply grooved neural pathways your mind has practiced for years. Your brain prefers what is familiar because familiar feels safe. It will cling to that safety, even when a familiar pattern is no longer helping you grow. But here's the powerful part. A pattern is not a permanent identity. It is not a life sentence. A pattern is simply something you learned, and anything learned can be unlearned, relearned, and ultimately changed. Your current reality reflects your repeated patterns. Take a moment and think about your life today, just as it is. Consider the quality of your days and the state of your inner world, your confidence or lack thereof, your daily habits, both helpful and harmful, your relationships and how you connect with others, your choices, big and small. So many parts of your life are deeply connected to repeated patterns, cycles that run on autopilot. The way you speak to yourself in moments of stress, the decisions you make when you feel pressured, the things you instinctively avoid, the risks you take or don't take. These are all echoes of your inner programming. For example, someone may want to become more confident, but every day they repeat the thought, a quiet, constant whisper, "I am not good enough." Someone may want success and recognition, but every time an opportunity appears, they freeze, and their mind asks, "What if I fail?" This fear keeps them from even trying. Someone may want a healthier life, full of energy and vitality, but they continue identifying as someone who cannot stay consistent, telling themselves, "I always give up." The challenge is not simply changing an action or forcing a new habit. That's only treating a symptom. The deeper, more meaningful work is changing the core belief behind the action. Step 1. Become aware. The first step in rewiring your mind is awareness. You cannot change a pattern you do not recognize. Start becoming curious about yourself. Notice your thoughts. Notice your reactions. Notice the stories you repeat. Ask yourself, what thoughts keep appearing in my mind? What situations trigger fear or self-doubt? What beliefs about myself have I accepted without questioning? Maybe you have been carrying beliefs like, I am not capable. I always fail. I am too late. I am not enough. But pause and ask, where did this belief come from? Is it a fact? Or is it a story you have repeated so many times that it feels true? Awareness is not about judging yourself. It is about understanding yourself. Step 2. Rewrite your inner story. The stories we tell ourselves shape the way we see the world. If you constantly tell yourself, I cannot change, your actions will naturally follow that belief. But when you begin creating a new story, your choices begin to change. Instead of, I am not confident, try, I am learning to trust myself. Instead of, I always fail, try, I am someone who learns and grows through challenges. Instead of, I cannot do this, try, I can take one small step today. This is not about pretending everything is perfect. It is about creating a more honest and empowering relationship with yourself. Step 3. Become your future self. Real transformation happens when your actions begin matching the person you want to become. Ask yourself, what would my future self do today? Not next year. Not when everything is easier. Today. Your future self is created through small choices. Maybe your future self takes care of their body, keeps promises to themselves, learns new things, sets healthy boundaries, takes action even when they feel uncertain. Every small action is a vote for the person you are becoming. You do not become your future self in one big moment. You become them through repeated choices. The daily Rewire practice transformation does not require a complete life change overnight. It begins with small daily resets. Every morning, take a few minutes and ask yourself, what thought do I want to release today? What belief do I want to strengthen? What is one action I can take today that my future self would be proud of? Small actions create evidence. Evidence creates self-trust. And self-trust creates confidence. You are not broken. You are not starting from nothing. You are a person who has practiced certain patterns for a long time. And now you have the ability to practice new ones. Your past may have shaped your patterns, but your present choices shape your future. You can learn new ways of thinking. You can build new habits. You can strengthen your confidence. You can become the person you want to be. The journey does not begin with a perfect plan. It begins with one small choice. One new thought. One daily reset. This is your journey of rewiring your inner self.